That's how it works. An eye for an eye. It's called vendetta.
Hello FPL managers, yes, we're back again with another video for the Fantasy Premier League 2021-22 season. It was a very terrible double game week 28 for us. We were hoping that we could keep the red arrow to a minimum, but with a lot of FPL managers activating their chips, we fell on our face big time this game week. Yep, it was a red arrow, and to cap it all up, our captain blanked, so we're gonna get into that. But before all that, if you're coming across this channel for the first time, please like the video. It'll really help the channel out a lot. And if you enjoy the content, do subscribe. We're trying to hit 400 subscribers as soon as possible, so help a brother out. Click that red button and let's get into business. So a quick run through our game week 28 and how terrible we did. You know, we had 3 transfers in. We brought in Jimenez, Cody and Dubravka, and all 3 players at least got more than appearance points for us. Dubravka paid for the -4 hits that we took, so everything balanced out on that end. But major mistake was to captain Salah for game week 28. He didn't have a double, but I was going for the more reliable option because the captaincy situation for game week 28 was kind of spread out among different players. Coutinho, Jimenez, in fact James turned out to be a very astute pick indeed. In fact, I told Dan from FPL Mates that I was gonna be captaining Jimenez, but towards the deadline I decided to change my mind and just leave it on Salah, and that didn't pay off at all. Salah blanked, only got 3 points. Jimenez on the other hand didn't start the first game, and I thought, oh, must have been a good choice to not put the armband on him. Seemed like he had lost his place in the team, but he came back for the second game and he got 9 points in total this game week. Coutinho did very well. I think he was the highest scoring player for game week 28. Should have just, you know, gone with a double game week player indeed, but no worries. We get another chance in game week 29 to correct all that. Trent did well, Cody as well, with a clean sheet. Son scored a goal, so in total we ended up with 81 points for the game week. And remember, we took a -4 hit, so that's 77 points for this game week, in a game week where a lot of managers crossed the 100-point mark. Yes, we dropped big time from I think 22k last game week to 35. It's still within the top 50k, but we're aiming for a top 10k finish, so this isn't a good sign at all. But we get another double game week in game week 29 to correct this. So let's take a look at what our plans are for game week 29. Initially, looking at our squad, we're trying to get out Mitchell and bring in Ben White or Doherty, who costs 4.7. So we have enough funds to get that done. So Doherty could come in or Ben White could come in for Mitchell, and that was our initial plan. But with the really huge red arrow and this being another double game week, I think we can do much better than that. We could get in someone like, sure, we could get in Doherty. He seems to be on form, but we may be taking a -4 hit to bring in someone like Harry Kane or Lacazette, someone in attack who has a higher potential than just getting into defenders. So from our squad, Bowen is flagged as well as Cancelo, so we're not entirely sure if they're gonna be available for game week 29. So that question mark is enough for us to think about taking at least one of these players out of the team. And with Cancelo definitely not featuring for game week 30, I can really see myself taking him out, because even if he features in 29, that's just one game and then he misses game week 30. So he definitely can come out, and depending on how much funds we have, we can either get in someone like Kane or someone like Lacazette. Now, if we're taking out Cancelo, if we're definitely taking out Cancelo, then probably we would not have enough funds to get all the way to Kane. unless we're going to be taking out Jimenez. Now, Jimenez is someone who I thought I was going to be benching in game week 29. Yes, he scored in game week 28. It seems he's gotten his place back in the team. He's gotten the kick on the backside that he needed. So there's still a possibility that I could play him and then sell someone like Broha, and that would get me Lacazette. But Broha is at home to Watford, so it's going to be a very delicate balancing act that we're about to pull off for game week 29. At the moment, we only have 5 doublers in game week 29. That includes Ramsdale, Trent, who else? We've got Salah, Son, as well as Mopé. So that's 5 doublers. Okay, so we intend to bring in 2 players who at least double in game week 29, as well as have a fixture in game week 30, because that would help us in recouping whatever hits that we are going to take. Long story short, ideally you should have as many players who double in game week 29. Right now our team can get 6 players who double without taking any hits, and then in game week 30 you want 11 players who feature, but we can't achieve that without taking hits and without sacrificing a full squad for game week 30. So if we want the best players, we may need to go with less number of doublers, or less than 11 players for game week 30. So we've brought in Doherty, and then we are going to bring in someone like Lacazette, and we're going to bring Lacazette in place of Jimenez. So it all depends on who we feel is going to be most effective in game week 29. Okay, we could either bring in Saka or we could bring in Lacazette, but in game week 30 I definitely want Kane in my team, and I could get Kane by selling someone like Salah who doesn't feature in game week 30, probably downgrade him to someone like Madison, and then bring in Kane by upgrading Mopé. Probably we could do that, or we could get Lacazette by taking out Jimenez. At the moment the team is settled on taking out Cancelo for Doherty and Jimenez for Lacazette, and if we do that, our team is going to look like this for game week 29. Ramsdale in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Doherty, Laporte in defense. Our midfield is going to consist of Rafinha at home to Norwich, Coutinho, Son, Salah, who will be our captain, because a lot of FPL managers are going to triple captain Salah, so we're playing the Salah captain just to mitigate that. And then our forwards are going to be Lacazette, Mopé, and Broha, who's at home to Watford. Our bench is going to consist of Dubravka, who's got a double, Bowen, Cody, and Mitchell. Dubravka has a double, which would have made playing the bench boost quite beneficial, but I don't trust the rest of my bench to bring in points, and that's why we've left the bench boost plan to remain for game week 36. Our free hit is not going to be in game week 30, it's going to be in game week 33, where we have some teams blanking and some teams doubling, so the free hit would be very, very beneficial for us for that game week, and that would help us to balance out some of these deficits that we've had from hits, and the huge difference in rank that we've dropped from compared to game week 27. Okay, so this is the team, this is how we're going to feature. In game week 30, I'll most likely be bringing in 2 more players who are going to be able to feature, and that will probably involve selling Salah and probably selling Mopé as well. Okay, and depending on how much money that would yield, I could get in Kane, and in game week 31 I can think about bringing back Salah, but this will definitely cost me a bunch of hits. But our initial plan didn't involve me taking this many hits, probably just 1 at most, but from the looks of things I've already accumulated minus 12 by the end of game week 31, so I'm just hoping that these players don't make me regret this move. I have to do something to get back at least close enough to that top 10k to have me hoping that I can achieve my target for this season. Okay, so this is the team for game week 29, and all that's left to do is to wish you guys good luck, have fun. I wish you more luck than I had in game week 28, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.